Good morning, YouTube, and good morning, TikTok. You're watching live with LWL Lindsay with Love on November 26, 2024. On a Tuesday, it's already almost 2025. It is time to learn our energy. All right, Shelly's in the house. Hey, Shelly, welcome to the chat. June, thank you for the roses. Welcome to the chat. Thanks for being here. June Carver, auntie. I like that. I'm an auntie too. And in fact, I'm going to watch my little niece play volleyball and meet her first crush tonight, and she is so excited. She's been texting me every morning since she found out I was coming to watch her. We live in separate states, so this is a very exciting thing for both of us, and she's like so excited, texting me for hours in the morning, like 5:45 in the morning, texting me. I'm like, girl, why are you awake? But I guess she has school at like 7:30 or something. Thank you for the heart, me, Rebecca. Welcome to the chat. It's nice to see you here. Inescapably Divine is what I think your name is. Welcome to the chat. DTM says, Lindsay, you're an amazing spirit. Thank you for shining so bright. Well, thank you for being here, and thank you for the nice compliment. That's nice visiting your family. Yes, I am. And it's been so lovely so far. And I'm super grateful for the opportunity to be here in Michigan, although it's kind of chilly, but that's okay. It's okay. I grew up in Michigan, so I know what to expect. All right, today, guys, we're going to talk about time, but we're going to connect the dots from like the beginning of your entering into this body in this lifetime. And we're going to bring it all the way full circle to like physically what that means and looks like for you currently in your reality. And along the way, we're going to talk energy. And along the way, we're going to talk understanding maybe what frequency you're living in and all these powerful, beautiful things. VIP Deborah says, yes, female forever. Welcome to the chat. Kathy Eberhart. Kathy E. Berhart. Welcome to the chat. I'm not sure, but I hope I'm saying your name right. Welcome to the chat. So I asked my partner today, I was like, what should I talk about today on my TikTok live? And he was like, you should talk about time. And I was like, I don't really know, because I feel like we talk about time often. But yesterday I was really, truly reminded of the power of your energy as it relates to time. And so I was like, you know what, actually, it is a good point, because it's kind of a synchronicity from yesterday. So let's get into the conversation. So we all know, and by the way, you guys, I'm asking you to woo away with me today. We're collaborating this week. Why? Because I'm not in my normal routine, which means I'm not listening to a ton of podcasts. I'm not doing a ton of like spiritual research. I am really trying to be as fully present as I can with my family, which means being rather disconnected from my business in a sense. So I will ask you to woo away with me and have some conversation today. If you don't know what woo away is, it's just simply the art of collaboration, creative collaboration amongst people or nature or whatever. Okay, so it's quite simple. So we created our blueprint, right? Remember a long time ago now, at this point, I haven't talked about Quo in forever, and I miss talking about Quo. So I think I'll start doing some Quo research to bring into December. But Quo says, right here beside you, all the way, girl. That's so sweet of you. Yeah, exactly. We got to take the time, right? Okay, so Quo says that we create our blueprint, right? We create our energetic blueprint where we're energetically where we're at before we come into this body. And if you don't know who Quo is a group of high density beings channeled by a group called LL Research. And they've been channeling this entity or this group of beings for years. Like I'm talking 50 years. Like they started with a group, an entity called Ra, and then it switched over to Quo, and it's super cool. LL Research. Hey, Shay Shay's in the house. Good morning, Shay Shay. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for the team bracelet, my friend. Thank you guys for all the likes. I appreciate your help in blowing this TikTok convo up. And Quo reminds us that you do have karmic ideas that you come into this lifetime with. Dolores Cannon tells us that we continue to reincarnate into different lifetimes with different people, but we play different roles. So maybe in a past lifetime, perhaps my partner and I, like I was him and he was me. And then maybe in a past lifetime before that, I was, I don't know, like maybe a sister. That's kind of weird, but it is what it is, right? Maybe I was the best friend and we were just best friends for our lifetime. Like there's all these nuances, right? It just leads to success. Thank you for the follow. I love that name. That's really powerful. I love a good like rhyming slash, you know, kind of like, what's it called? Where it's like the same letters. What is that called? I can't think of my grammar studies way back in the day now, but it has a name. Anyway, connotation. Anyway, whatever. So Quo tells us that we kind of create this blueprint. Quo also reminds us that, yes, we have a blueprint, but also like the catalyst. We were talking about catalyst yesterday, you guys, right? When I realized after I had that conversation with you, I was updating my YouTube video today with the correct title. And I was like, I quantum leapt that day. I for sure had a huge quantum leap that day. Everything in my life shifted in one day. So that's a quantum leap, right? But Dolores Cannon and Quo reminds us that we can change out our catalysts. So I feel as though I probably put that catalyst in my life to happen at some time and at the right time, right? But I could have probably changed it, but I still wasn't really super paying attention to my catalysts. So remember, you guys, somebody said in the chat yesterday, and I absolutely loved it. They said, be shift or be shifted. And I was like, that is actually really brilliant. I'm going to use that. Thank you. If you're here in the chat today, can you remind me who the heck you were so I can credit you? And I was like, that's really true. So we're getting catalysts all the time coming at us, right? And so people say, oh, this keeps happening to me in my life. And I'm like, it's happening for you. So let's perspective shift. Life isn't happening to you. It's happening for you to what? To grow and evolve. The Pleiadians told us a week ago, you guys, you can read it all and you can combine it so beautifully. The Pleiadians told us last week, when we were talking about them 2 weeks ago, our entire job on this planet as a human being is to evolve. That's it. Evolve, grow, expand your energy, right? Expand your energy. June Carver, thank you for the roses again. That's super sweet. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so we're bringing it all together and we're realizing that certain things in our life must happen for our evolution, right? It always seems like we have to be super down or really experiencing some sort of hurt or pain to say, you know what, enough is enough. I don't want this life anymore, right? When I spiritually awoke and I had no idea I was being my own catalyst. The catalyst was I was tired of feeling insecure and jealous. It was the worst feeling of my life. I didn't want to be jealous anymore. Ew. So I decided to change some parts of my life. And then boom, I had a spiritual awakening. Okay. So step one, I have it written in my little notes. Step one, it's down here. Step one is that we create our own blueprint. We're talking about time, by the way. We create our own blueprint, step one. If we create our own blueprint, I want to hear like yes or no in the comments. Do you guys agree with this? If we create our own blueprint, thank you for the follow, CA Shenanigans. If we create our own blueprint, then can we conclude that we are always in divine order? Meaning we are always doing exactly what we're meant to be doing at the exact time we're doing it. Yes. Okay. We've got one yes. Anyone else? Anyone else want to say yes or no? Do you guys agree? Disagree? Is it a maybe? Is it, I'm not sure. I don't know the answer to the question. By the way, you guys, we're having a conversation here. I'm simply sharing with you throughout my spiritual journey since 2019, what I've experienced. I just saw a little sparkle. You know, when you see the sparkles, I saw sparkles. Yes, Leah, welcome to the chat. Absolutely, DTM. VIP Deborah says, yep. All right, so we're good there. People are on the same, we're on the same track. So if we're always in divine order, always in divine order, I'm talking never are we doing something we're not meant to be doing. And Leah says, sometimes it feels like nothing is happening, but that's when the magic is brewing. Well, yeah, precisely, right? That's why patience is so important to the manifestation journey. So if we're always in divine order, that's step two. Step three is there's 0 point in rushing. Where are you going? Where exactly are you going so fast, right? It's like the tortoise and the hare kind of a situation. Like there is no point in rushing, but there's more to it than you're always in divine order. There's more reasons why we don't want to rush, and we'll get into that in a second. So how does that feel already? Does it feel like a sense of relief that you don't have to rush? Does it feel like a sense of like, okay, you know, I can breathe. Okay, I can just stay present. Okay, I don't have to think 45 years into the future and cause anxiety for myself. Relief, yeah. A lot of people, I shouldn't have anxiety, but I do. CA Shenanigans. Well, don't. I shouldn't have anxiety is like, permission granted to have what you have, but permission granted to choose another state of being, right? So it's okay. I think everybody kind of experiences like anxiety at some point. Like, oh my gosh. I mean, I've been blessed. I haven't really ever had a lot of anxiety, but there have been moments where I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? How am I going to figure this out, right? But allow it to be what it is and allow to choose another state with ease. Exactly. The path is gone because I'm on it. Yeah, Shay, we talked about that yesterday. That was so brilliant. It's like all of a sudden the path disappears. Why? Because you're creating it. I mean, that's so powerful in and of itself. Okay, so we're going to keep going with the conversation, you guys. Anxiety can be transmuted into excitement too. It can. Yeah, it can. That's a good perspective shift as well. So people are like, well, I'm really nervous to do X, Y, Z. And they say, okay, I'm not nervous. I think the nervousness kind of does also feel like excited. So I'm going to, you know, try to talk to the subconscious and say, I'm actually really excited for this. I'm really excited for this. You know, right? We're repeating in the brain. That's how we break the patterns. And that's how we step into a greater frequency. Okay. So we're not rushing, although I am talking very fast. What I think is happening with my speech is that I used to talk very fast in my throat chakra. I can't even barely do it anymore. I used to talk really fast in my throat chakra way up here. And then I've learned to talk into I'm right here right now. And if I go if I slow down, I can go like right here. I'm talking in my heart right now. You can feel it when you vibrate where you're talking. If you want to train yourself, I trained myself, by the way, to talk out of my heart because it's more impactful and it's more powerful. It's words fueled with love. And it also helps me be very intentional with my words. But now I'm getting good at talking out of my heart. So now I'm back into my fast speech. So to slow it down, I did boring yesterday and it was one of my best days in a long time. Boom, Shay Shay. I love that. I love that. Go on, my friend. Yep, you got to be boring, just like Tim Dennings taught us yesterday. If you guys missed yesterday's show, by the way, or if you ever miss a show and you're like, oh, I really wanted to be there, you can always catch me on replay on YouTube. On YouTube at I'm Lindsay with Love. So I'm streaming on YouTube right now as well. Okay. Leah says, if I'm manifesting big things, I know I need space to prepare myself and just be. Yep, exactly. I do the same thing too, Leah. It's really powerful. That's actually why I started crocheting, because I needed to take my mind off of my manifestations, because I know that super emotional attachment to what I want repels it, right? We know that, energetically speaking. So we got to just let it be when it'll be and let it come when it will come, right? Like let it be in divine order. We're in divine order. That means that whatever is meant for you is on its way to you. It's not your decision when. You can make it come faster to you if you were to practice honoring your energy every single day. That's very true. That's why learning your energy is so powerful, you guys. Okay, so we realize that we're one, we're already we created our blueprint before we came into this body, number one. So that means we can conclude we're in divine order always, which means there is no point in rushing. And when we're not rushing, we can conclude that we are connected to our intuition. Now, we talked about this yesterday a lot of the day, or a lot of the time. Honor your energy is key. Yep. I'm so glad I found you. Thank you. I'm so glad you're here. This happens all the time. CA shenanigans. Is there something that's a synchronicity? Did I already say something that's confirmation for you? It happens all the time. All the time. Make sure to hit the follow button, because I go live Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're always talking about something new. Always, always. And I try to say it in different ways or connect different dots so that maybe it doesn't really settle into your energy on the first time you see me, but then maybe by like week 2, you're like, oh my gosh, like it's like this moment where I just shifted and you can just feel like, good morning, Shay, Shay, Shay. You're so sweet. Same Z's. Twinkle, what is that? A twinkle / I don't know what the middle emoji is, / twinkle. Twinkle. I like it though. So you're connected to your intuition. And we talk about this all the time. I'm connected to my intuition. Yesterday, I was not going to go live on TikTok. And my intuition said, well, why wouldn't you? And then I went downstairs. I'm staying at my sister's house with her husband, my brother-in-law. Human about design. I love that. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for the rose. We love NYC. Welcome to the chat. I went downstairs with my sister, had a cup of coffee with my partner, my brother-in-law, my sister, our little doggies, my little nephew, who is so freaking cute, by the way. And my sister was like, oh, I have to do this, this, and this. We're going to be heading out. And I was like, oh, okay. And this was at like 8:30, they were going to leave. So I was like, perfect. I go live at 9. And they were still not home by the time I finished. Isn't that awesome? So my intuition already knew, like, yes, go live. What's the point? Otherwise, okay. So we get connected to our intuition. And what happens when we're connected to the intuition is that we stop making decisions. So many of them anyway, because we don't have to. Because we're on our path, we're creating, and God, Source, Universe, Creator, whatever you want to call it, we don't give it a label in this community. We just call it what is most comfortable for us, okay? Because there's no rules. The rule is we're all energetically connected under the same source energy, number one, and number two, love is the highest vibration. Those are the rules, okay? So God, Source, Universe, Creator is helping us along the way. Our higher self is guiding us, right? Because we're like an iceberg, an upside down one. Our body is like the tip of the iceberg, and our energy is like the bottom of the iceberg. We can't see the bottom of the iceberg, but we can see the tip of the iceberg. Okay, so you are physically the tip of the iceberg, but your energy goes forever, you guys, forever. My hair is gorgeous. Thank you so much. That's super sweet. Thank you for that. I got it from my mama, who got it from her mama. So we get connected to the intuition. Step 4. Is that step 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. And then what happens when we're connected to our intuition? Anybody? Does anyone want to tell me what happens when we're connected to our intuition in the chat below? We got to have a little fun at 9:30, don't we? Or whatever time you're watching this. Closet Chick 2.0. Does anyone know? Can anyone tell me what the 5th step? Bex is in the house. Hey, Bex, welcome to the chat. Kelvin, welcome to the chat. Nicole's in the house. Hey, Nicole, welcome to the chat. Nicole, are you in one of my groups, Nicole? And if so, have you been receiving my email? Because I feel like I feel like you wrote perhaps your email wrong when you signed up, and then I sent you another email with the correct spelling, but I have not heard from you. So if it's you, Nicole, let me know in the chat below, because I really want to make sure you're receiving your emails from, like, my emails for the group you're in, if you're in the Manifesting Club. Soul Rising. Okay, you got it. Buenos dias, Beck says. Well, good morning, my friend. Buenos dias to you too. Well, what I would say is creative flow. What's my pendant say? It's creative flow. My pendant. Oh, this necklace? Is that what you're asking, Shay Shay? This is a rabbit, a little Chinese zodiac rabbit. VIP Yafa Empress is in the house. Hey, VIP Yafa. Hey, Deanne. How are you, my friend? Good morning. Good morning. All right, so we get into the creative flow, and that's step 5. Yeah, it's a little rabbit. It's Chinese zodiac. It's my partner got it for me. It's the first gold, like first real gold he got me ever. And then, I'm a gold girly. 24 karat, by the way, because it's a true investment, right? Because it's traded on the stock exchange. So invest in yourself. All right. Tony's in the house. Hey, Tony, welcome to the chat. Tony, I'm going to email everybody back today, by the way, just FYI. I just ran out of energy. Not energy. I just ran out of time yesterday. Okay. So let's go back through the order. And then we're going to talk from a very tangible perspective what happened with me yesterday. And hey, Double D's, welcome to the chat. Thanks for being here. Step 1, we created our blueprint. Thank you for the heart me. Why do I keep noticing his gifts? Whose gifts? Oh, his gifts. Oh, my partner's. I don't know. He spoils me, which I'm not mad about, by the way. Cherry, welcome to the chat. Thanks for being here. Thank you for the heart me. I manifested him, by the way. When I was little, I told my parents, like when I was like maybe 16, I was going to marry a man in finance. And then I didn't marry him because we're not going to get married because we're not getting the government involved in our biz. However, I got myself a man in finance. Okay. So step 1, create your own. We created our own blueprint before we came into this body. We are the iceberg, the tip of the iceberg. Step 2, that means that we're in divine order, which means we don't have to rush around because what's going to come to us is going to come to us when it's meant to come to us. Step 4, we're now connected to our intuition. When we're connected to our intuition strong enough, we have creative flow. And when we're in creative flow, I didn't write this down, but basically time disappears. Honestly, time disappears. And if any of you are entrepreneurs or I know some of you are in the chat or artists, and everybody, by the way, is an artist. You are a multifaceted, creative, spiritual being of the universe. Creative. Artist. Hi, I'm Lindsay. I'm an energy artist. I will help you change your energy into something new. Okay. Finance. I'm looking for a man in finance. 6'5", blue eyes. He's 6'1", hazel eyes, green eyes. Oh my gosh, you guys are funny. That was like a song that I could never get out of my brain last year or this summer, right? I'm an artist. Yes, you are. Everybody is. Okay, so Shay, artist as an artist that you identify as an artist, you get into, I know, right, Yafa? I mean, it was before the song came out, so I'm like, hey, I did pretty good. Kind of hit the lyrics. So if you are an artist and you identify as an artist right now, maybe you haven't realized you're an artist yet, but you are. Welcome to the club. We're all artists. But if you identify as an artist now, you know that the creative flow erases time. 1 minute, you sit down to do what it is you do, writing, painting, crocheting, knitting. For me, my astrology reports, right? I get into a creative flow and all of a sudden I look back at the time and I'm like, 3 hours has passed. And it's like, where did it go? Really, where did it go? Because I was so connected to the energy of the astrology and the art, right? Leah Kleiner says, I'm a body worker doing massage and lymphatic drainage. And when I'm working, the day disappears. Yes. So you're in your art, right? That's your art. It's really beautiful. And so we realize then that what I've learned about time is they say it's a technology, but we can make it disappear. So a lot of people say time is an illusion. And I would say, yeah. There was 1 week I was so into the work I was doing and I had such a beautiful routine going. I woke up on Monday morning. I had a strong plan of action. I was like, I'm just going to tap in. I'm going to get my steps in, my meditation. I'm going to follow my routine. And then I just trust that I'm going to get everything done I want. And it was Friday night. I woke up on Saturday morning. And I was like, it's Saturday morning. Like, what happened? What happened? Where did it go? Now, scientists will say that as you age, your brain stops processing so quickly. And so it's an illusion. that time moves faster. The scientists will say, it's not an illusion, but it's like they can prove it out, right? But I just wonder if when you're truly connected to your intuition, truly connected to the divine, it really is an illusion. Or what I think it was Quo. Was it Quo, you guys? If anyone remembers, if it was Quo, they were saying time is a technology that helps us as humans methodically create, which also makes sense, right? VIP Deborah says, I'm older, Monday's here, and then it's Sunday. Yeah, I know. And it's like, whoa. I mean, VIP Deborah, I'm the same. And we're different ages. And I don't think it has to do with age. I think it has to do with, did you get into your creative flow? Bex is laughing. All right. So yesterday, my sister, my brother-in-law, and I went to the mall. It's like a 40-minute drive. We went to the mall. And we were a bit going fast on the way there. I don't really like to drive fast. You guys know, I shared with you yesterday, I got in a big car accident, and now I'm like, you know what? Your girl's going to take her time in the middle lane. Sometimes I'm going to the slow lane, depends on how fast everyone's going around me. But I wasn't driving, so I just sat in the back and I just looked at my TikTok. I said, you know what? I know we're protected and I know we'll arrive safely. So I just made sure, I set my energy, life is good. I trusted that we were going to get where we were meant to go. We went to one, so the mall we were at has two sides, and you kind of go over this bridge almost to the other side. One side is designer luxury goods. The other side is more mainstream, whatever. I don't even want to say that because on the other side, I guess it's Nordstrom and Sephora and all the stores, right? It's a nice mall, nice big mall. So we're on the one side, the designer side was where we started. And then we went across the bridge, we got a coffee, and then we went across the bridge because my brother-in-law wanted to get some stuff on the other side at Nordstrom. And my sister and I were talking, and she was she made a very interesting point, which I noticed because we were talking about it, but she was well, I guess I'll start with what I said. I said that when you go to say a hotel, a nice hotel, or a hotel or a place where a lot of wealthy people hang out, maybe it's a very high-end restaurant, or maybe it's a shop, or whatever it is. Say there's at least 10 people. I hate bridges. Well, it was a walking bridge. It was safe. You'll notice that it's very casual, and everyone is comfortable, and everyone is leisurely talking, sitting in a lobby, having their coffee, chatting, not really on their phones for the most part, not on calls, maybe have a newspaper, or maybe they're listening. If there's a piano in the lobby and somebody's playing, maybe they're enjoying that. Or if it's it's a hotel in the ocean, they might be seeing the waves and they're just hanging out. It's leisure. It is slow. It is calm. Why? Because they know that rushing does not create an abundance. Rushing does not create abundance. So then my sister made a point, and she was yeah, she's you notice on one side of the mall, it was very chill vibes. Everyone was just smiling, and not to say people weren't on the other side, but it was just totally different energy. One side was choo, 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 go, go, go. Walk faster on the walking bridge to pass the people, that kind of energy, where the other side was just right? So what is the code truly? The code is calm energy. And Grandpa Bob says, calmness of mind is one of the most beautiful jewels of life. So if Grandpa Bob says it, your girl is listening. Queen Jeannie 1234. I love that. 1234. By the way, you guys, when you get angel numbers 1234, 234 sequence numbers, it means you are right where you're meant to be at the exact moment you're doing it. So if you are ever rushing, yeah, I am referring to Bob Proctor. We call him Grandpa Bob on my station. And Grandma Dolores, because they are the grandpas and grandmas of the world. So I got to ask you, which was the laid back side, the normal stream of things, or the upper end? VIP Deborah, tap into your intuition and you tell me. What do you think? Haha, love that. I'm new here, but I love them. Yeah, samesies. Us too. We all love them. That's why we're all hanging out together. Okay, so if you guys know, calmness of mind is one of the most beautiful jewels of life. And you know that there's no point in rushing, because it will, when you are calm, you're connected to your intuition, which means you're connected to creative flow. Was the luxury end of the mall chill, or was the kind of a typical mall? I don't want to call it mainstream, but a typical mall that does not perhaps have a luxury side. Which one? Which one was the more calm side? Shay says, literally thought about it as I was eating dinner in an entire empty, beautiful restaurant. You know what? Sometimes an empty, beautiful, like a restaurant for me is like, if it's not aesthetically pleasing and it doesn't have an ambiance, I don't want to be there. It is about the energy. I could care less what food they're serving me, but like if the energy and the vibe is good, luxury. Yep, Leah, you got it. Luxury, of course, right? Because when you are connected, you're in creative flow, and that means your abundance is flowing to you. It has to. You guys cannot be high vibrational people without abundance flowing to you, right? But I would say it might take, you can be high vibrational. Okay, I take that back. Delete that. You can be high vibrational, but perhaps maybe be deleting limiting beliefs and old programming around abundance. Okay, so you can be high vibrational, but still working on those deletes and those edits of your programming. And then the abundance will for sure flow to you. And I will share with you what happened with me yesterday. And in this kind of experience. Arco Show, welcome to the chat on YouTube. Arco Show says, if life is a combo of M&Ms in a birth jar that go back to the eternal bag at death, unlikely to get the exact color combo in another jar, but getting a jar with past future color combos makes sense. That's a very interesting way of putting it. I love that. Cherry, is it cherry or Cherie? Is it okay? Oh gosh. Is it yeah, hustle culture I do not subscribe to. Like I used to be like oh yeah, I'm grinding, I'm hustling, No, I am not rushing. That is why I now offer my astrology reports. The big one, I give myself up to 30 business days because I'm going to do my best job for you, and I refuse to rush. I cannot rush when I'm creating. I just cannot. Sherry, Breeze, can you help me say your name correctly? Because it's going to drive me nuts. Yep, magnetizing instead of forcing. Aligned action versus pushing with tons of human effort, right? You don't have to do a lot of action. You simply have to be in alignment and follow your heart. I'm going to share with a SH, Sherry, like that. Thank you. Did I say it right? I hope so. Thank you so much. I appreciate that for helping me. You're working on deleting those beliefs. Yes, it does take time and effort to delete the beliefs. You guys, I was raised in a family where you had to work hard to earn a little bit of money. Work hard, a little bit of money. Not true. I was raised in a family where my parents would tell me that my dad would say, money does not grow on trees. Oh, okay. Well, they print it all the time. So also not true. We never had enough. My mom, we never had enough. She'd be writing in the checkbook, we never have enough. Oh my gosh, we're not going to have enough. But yet, okay, this is what I was told, by the way. This is what I was told. But when I go back to my childhood and I think about like the clothes I wore, all the sports I played, the trips I took, all of the different extracurricular activities. I'm talking outside of school, other activities, right? We had go-karts, we had a home, we had food. I'm like, were my parents like wild? Like, why were they telling me these things? Because it actually does not make sense. And so you might have to, Shuri. Thank you, Shuri. I appreciate that. That is very helpful. Thank you so much. So sometimes you might want to go, if you're deleting those beliefs, try to pick some things that actually prove that they're wrong. And it took me a while, by the way. I will admit it did take me probably a couple of years to get out of all my beliefs. But healing my chakra system really did help. So yesterday, I had an interesting experience. On the way, well, how can I word this to you guys? We were getting ready to leave the store. And we were literally walking out the door after, by the way, cashing out for my sister. And then my brother-in-law was like, you know what, maybe I want to purchase something. And so then the person was helping us with my brother-in-law. And then as I'm walking out, I see these sunglasses in the window. They're pink. They are so cute, you guys. I've been thinking about a pair of pink sunglasses for a long time now because I don't have pink sunglasses in my collection. I have a nice little collection. And I'm like, okay, if I see them at some point, because I've been thinking about them, if I see them, I probably should just get them, right? Because it's my manifestation come true. And the lady was like, you want to try these on? And I was like, yeah. So I try them on. And she's like, oh my gosh, they're so cute. But I can't tell because the lenses are also kind of pink. So I can't tell what it actually looks like on me because all I see is pink. So I'm like, so my sister takes a picture. She's like, everyone's like, those are so cute. Like with the red hair and your fair skin, you have got to get the glasses. So I'm like, okay, how much are they? She tells me. And then the guy's like, well, I'm going to go in the back and see, like, if I was like, well, can I get a new pair? Right. Because they're on display. And he's like, I'm going to go see if I can get you a new pair. And I'm like, okay. And he comes back and he's like, there's only 12 of these glasses in the country. And I was like, oh, they have to be mine then, because like it's for sure a manifestation, right? And I was at first like, I just spent some money and I don't really want to spend more money because I gave myself a budget and it's over the budget. But then I was like, no, because I know how money works and it's an energy and it flows. So we have to recognize first and foremost, we got to get okay with talking about money, because it's like money is so taboo, but it's like you have got to talk about it because that is how we survive on this planet at this time, is some money, right? It buys our food, it buys our rent, it buys our shelter, it buys our clothing, it buys other things. So allow yourself to be cool talking about it. It took me a long time to get to this space, and I still feel a little bit strange telling you the story now, but I say, you know what, you have to get out of your comfort zone, and maybe I'm helping somebody at this time. So I decide to buy the glasses. I'm like, okay, Lindsay, but you know the flow of money, so you give a little. And I was following my heart because I'm like, it's a manifestation. And what if I didn't actually buy them? Then I'm like, am I basically telling like God, source, universe, creator, like poo-poo, like we manifested this together, but now like no, right? So I have to accept my abundance and my manifestations in. So I'm kind of having this conversation in my head, energetically speaking, and I'm like, okay. And I'm not necessarily trying to justify it, but also like when he told me that there's only one of, this was like 12 only in the country, I was like, well, for sure, like this is a sign for me. These are mine, right? So I paid them, I bought them, we left, we got a coffee, we walked to the other side of the crazy side of the mall. And then we came back and I got home. I showed my man, I was like, you like my new glasses? Like, they're so cute, like really great buy, blah, 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 blah. I went to sleep last night. I wasn't thinking anything of it. I just went to sleep. We had a really busy day the night before, driving, and then we were up really late having, chit chats and a glass of wine with my sister and my brother-in-law and the kid. And this morning I woke up to orders that I'm only a little bit away from already paying off my glasses. I spent the money yesterday and I woke up to the money back to me today. I was like, I think I just finally, for the first time, truly, and by the way, you guys, I've been working on this for quite some time. It's not like I'm just like now figuring it, like now, like I've just tried practicing it. I've been working on it because I had a lot of limiting beliefs around money. I really did, around worthiness about money, around what it takes to receive a lot of money, which is consistency, by the way. It's not hard work, it's consistency, which you could say is hard. And then you would be giving yourself resistance to your own consistency. Or like we talked about yesterday, you could call consistency boring. And then you could say, I'm just going to be boring today, like Shay said in the chat. Emily says, what do I do if my 10th house of careers is empty? It doesn't quite matter. Look at your second house. That's the money house where you start with your money. And if you're interested, you guys, I do write fast money reports for only $44. $44 will get you a report about the money in your lifetime. So if you're interested in that, then click the link up here. If you're being pulled, this is what I learned yesterday. Is I felt compelled. I was like, I saw those glasses. I ignored trying them on the entire time I was in the store because I told myself I'm not buying anything. I was there to buy my sister a birthday gift, by the way. And I was like, I'm not buying anything. I'm not buying anything. Lindsay, be good. I was like telling myself, like, be a good girl. Don't buy anything. Don't buy anything. Don't buy anything. And then when the guy said to me, I put them on, the lady that was standing next to them was like, these are gorgeous. Like, they're so, so perfect for you. And then the guy was like, these are only 12 in the store. My heart was just so compelled. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to go for it. And then I just made it all back. Money is an energy. It has got to flow. If you hoard it, you're blocking yourself from it. Isn't that wild? Oh, everyone's like, oh, I saw a TikTok the other day. The guy was very proud. He had $250,000 in his savings account. And I was like, I think that's crazy. I'm not saying you shouldn't have money in your savings account, but like, what if he had $250,000 or at least half of it in an investment portfolio and he was receiving money from his money, because money is an energy and it's a tool, right? So we kind of have to talk about these things as much as it feels weird, especially as spiritual people, because that was a whole hiccup too. I'm spiritual. Am I a good person or do I like money? Oh, well, I have an idea, you guys. You can be a good person and you can like money. You're welcome. Permission is granted, right? I would like a money report, Nene. Ooh, a stellium in the second house, Janae. Ooh. If you have a lot of planets in your second house, and it depends on the planets, by the way. Oh, Lindsay, guess what? Shay, I don't know. Tell me. Please tell me. I'm ready. If you have a lot of planets in your second house, you draw money from a lot of different ways in life. But it's all specific to each of you guys. Nobody has your birth chart. Not a single soul. Just you. Isn't that awesome? It's awesome. Not a single soul. Unless somebody was born at the exact same moment as you in the exact same hospital at the exact same time, which I don't know the possibilities of that. I don't know what the and her money reports are straight on. VIP Deborah, thank you for that. I'm gonna screenshot this. Oh, sorry guys. Sorry, please hold. Sorry, I'm trying to screenshot, but that didn't work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, go. It's really hard to get my fingers to go at the same time when I'm like on my tripod. 3 planets. Okay, Shay, tell me what. Did she tell me? Where are you, Shay Shay? Medical records for birth at my hospital is 21 years, so I'm not going to be able to find my birth time. 21 years? Jeez. Oh my gosh. What about a state? Like if you go to twins art go show, no, because twins are still born at different times. They don't come out at the same time, right? So twins is still not the same. One twin is born 1 minute and then the next twin is born maybe 4 minutes or an hour later or whatever. So no, not even twins. Lindsay, Joe, 78, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the chat. Divine Awakening, Energy Healing, thank you for sharing the live. Nene, if you want a money report, click on my link in my bio. It's in my bio link. It's like number 2 or 3 spot. By the way, you guys, I didn't even tell you the Manifesting Club doors are still open until the 30th. So you have 4 days to join. We're manifesting together December 2nd with the new moon energy at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's a Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live on Zoom. Show up to the Zoom, put what you desire in the chat, and every single person on that call is going to send their high vibrational energy to you. The Manifesting Club people are literally changing their lives. They are changing their lives because they're showing up for themselves. They have more confidence. They are empowered. They are creating. They are collecting their money. They are building businesses before they even met me. They didn't have everything, you guys. It is wild to see the growth inside the Manifesting Club, number 1. And number 2, inside the Cosmic Collective is even stronger. It's even stronger because you're spending more time with me on a Zoom. So if you're interested, please join. DTM says the more you give, the more you receive in surprising ways every day. Yeah, exactly. Right. I willingly give, you guys. I tell